Origin Chess, home Jurex, and this is badly translated Japanese history. What's a Star Wars? Yes, another badly translated video. This is about Japanese history. Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. I still remember that you know I forgot his name. What is his name? Like explained in this myths. He explained all the world thing and then Japanese history. I think that's the only two video he made, like the big one, right? So this is, I'm guessing it's gonna be something similar to that, but yeah, it's gonna be insanity. Yeah, Japanese history is like really rich in that way, right? Really chaotic as well. All the war shoguns, right? 100 years war, longest wars that I saw. Extra credits video. I still remember that. Sengoku Jidai, I think that's the name, right? So all that shit is just gonna be badly translated. It's gonna be awesome. Mongols and things. I hope he arrives here. Yeah, he's gonna be. I'm guessing he's gonna be one of the shoguns or emperor here, right? That's badly translated version of him or something. But yeah, let's go this one.
BC. The first students came to the Japanese Valley, but they were different from the farmer and the first Samaritan. 300 BC. From Asia to the Valley of Japan, many turned to it, sharing the culture and traditions of the time with the Yiya people and the new minority. New minority just dropped? 238. Ha 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 ha. I think the translation is finally broken. 461, Sri Lankan news follows every day before reports are released by journalists and journalists. 500, with the beginning of the Iron Year in Japan, the metal spread to rocks.
Oh, shit.
This is badass. 527, in the...
Yeah, we all know that Japan was shrinking a bit. Not shrinking, right? Collapsing a bit every year or some shit like that, right? A lot of like earthquake happens. There was also a recent earthquake, right? Damn, man. Yeah, this just reminded me, like just a few days ago, there was like a massive earthquake. Oh man, Japan and tectonic plates are just insanity. From there, I'm guessing all the way to Indonesia. I think like the whole region is like, yeah, effed up.
wake of the rebellion in Ireland, the Yamato family began to take root in the Kyushu country, Kyushu district. 562, the last state of Gaia was destroyed in the name of Japan, outside Japan. 587,
Gaia,
the
man.
religious wars, sucker, ended with the victory of the Khan family over their old friends. Sad. 603, list of Sri Lanka's top 12 players. 630, Tang was the first Japan to travel to China. Okay. 645.
Wait a minute, wasn't Tang invented by NASA or something? Right? Yeah, that wasn't mixing that up. No, that was the one, right? Like NASA's drink or some shit, right? They were made to, I guess, so they can drink in space or something. So I guess NASA's attacking Japan.
The Asuka era ended when ISIS destroyed the power of the Soha and Nagasaki families.
Damn.
646.
All roads.
Jehovah's Day begins with the Thai Revolution. 660. The Japanese, led by my father and Hirobu, killed people at Mishima, and the Japanese did not return to Hokkaido for more than 700 years. 668. The Ministry of Foreign Relations has been approved by the Ministry of Foreign Relations. I'm sure they had no bias there. 689. The Code Asuka Kiyomihara Code, good name, included a...
See, now that sentence alone, Foreign Ministry is approved by Foreign Ministry. Yeah, now it feels like it's about right? This is the real badly translated version. He hasn't appeared yet, so I don't know. I hope he does, but yeah, there's always some hidden message there. This is not badly translated history. This is like real world, mirror to real world or some shit, right? All the corruption and politics, there you go.
Report on public registrations and public explosions. 694. The capital of England has moved to Fugivagogi. Good name. I love the events that just like, oh. 724. The Lion King, who went down the throne. The construction of Taka's royal palace next to the city of Sandy today. 740. Yuki's anger is angry.
Even the anger is angry.
745. It is a form of taxation. 749. Please do it. This Wikipedia was sponsored by the IRS.
There you go.
745. The virus comes from China. 763. Unidentified tuberculosis spread from IKEA Island. 790. If a
That's
person
realistic.
is in their 30s, they are in their 30s and are in their 30s.
There you go.
Are they wrong? Okay. Are they wrong? No.
Yeah, see, the thing is, I guessing the age of bullshit was also high there. So they're like, let's make one thing straight. If somebody's in their 30s, they are in their 30s. They're not in 40s, then that's not the new 20s or new 10s. You're not a kid, that's a 30. Act like it.
806. This is the 100-year-old. This man. This man right here.
There you go.
814. The Ebola outbreak killed half of Japan's
Whoa,
population.
is that true? That's insanity. no.
839. Tang was the first envoy to be sent to China. Some delegates were later dissolved.
Dissolved.
894.
That's what's in the
Mishima
tank.
Sugawara calls on China to stop sending embassies. Please stop. We've had enough. 949. He supervised the construction of the temple with a group of 56 Tidai hydrangeas.
I am.
1019. Don't be fooled by the North.
Yeah, he constructs a temple with something. The name. I'm guessing that's the name of new, like some badass special ninja assassin group or some shit. Like new samurais specialized group. He's back here. It's like they told China to stop sending representatives. I think like some shit is happening there, so he's finally here, right? So even back then, they didn't want Chinese people there. Yeah, China was still superpower back then, I guess. Same shit that is happening today was happening back then. Okay, enough, man. Xi Jinping, don't send your representative even back then.
Don't be fooled by them. 1156. 1180. When I moved to the capital of the Imperial Palace in Fukuhara. That's
Nice.
it. That's all he said. 1274. Japan's response to the pony fight. The famous pony fight of 1274. We don't talk about it anymore for good reason. 1350. Sea locusts are weakening sea lions in Japan, where gun robbers are spreading throughout Japan. Those goddamn gun robbers. Goddamn. 1368. There is no regional identity. Sorry. 1443. Japan is a signatory, and the fight against pirates is no longer Japanese. Sorry. 1459. Glad to know God, I tell you. I'm telling you.
I tell you.
1488. The Kaka Rebellion
Okay, is this like that 1200s, 1400s? Is this like those time, long ass wars, like Civil War time? Then some of the barely translated things make sense if that's the case, right? Like maybe the war ends, right? A new shogunate or emperor comes, like that's why the god sentence is there probably. I don't know, before the pirate thing, right? What was that, like, forgot that badass guy from around that time, right? So there was also lots of naval warfare happening, so that's why the pirate sentence kind of makes sense. I don't know.
destroyed Mashika Tokashi and established an administrative system called Dangerous IKEA
There you go.
in the Ishikawa division. 1570, Oda Novo Nagara, good name, opened a 10-year war with Ishima Hongunji by threatening Sengoku and the IKEA countries. I'm going to blow up the IKEA countries, sometimes referred to as Scandinavia.
Yeah, exactly.
1582, Hong Kong. Captain Aki Mishoid betrayed Norbanga,
Okay.
forcing him to make a mess. You're making a mess! I don't even know what's going on in 1587. I don't want to address it. That's a bit
Infinity.
stereotypical. Togawi's Sushi Army. 1635. This independent foreign policy prevented Japan from being forced to leave Japan, and its influence on Catholic deaths was severely punished economically. And there were also strict rules regarding foreign e-commerce. This prevented Europeans from entering the country because of pain.
Grammar was killed that day. that could make sense somewhat if like phrase right, but yeah, grammar was killed that day, I guess. Something Catholic, something Japanese living Japan. I mean, Yeah, the first nuclear attack could be like phrased that way, like some decisions that were made that made sure that Japan doesn't leave Japan, because nukes would make sure that Japan leaves Japan. But I don't know about this. I don't know. Okay, Japanese history is so turbulent. I don't know. Maybe some like a colossal war was happening. I don't know.
1642, Connor Great Famine was caused by climate change as the government waited for a temporary capital surplus, volcanic eruptions, and a state of emergency. Who is this man who could do all this? 1680, Tokugawa's older brother died successfully.
Sucks. That's like he was attempting apparently.
1712, Jorinda Svedlander, Candy Cane, Crepipedia. 720, it is
That
easy
sounded
to
like
start
Indian
learning
name.
Dutch with English language restrictions. 1732, sea hunger, famine in the Middle East. 1842, the EU's relations with Tampa strengthened its relations with European countries. 1846, at the age of 45, King Nikia died and became Emperor of Cambrian. 1853, Matthew
of a-
Ramachandran, who did not order the building to respond to a letter sent by Prime Minister Millard Fillmore to the Governor of Japan, Barry from the coast of Japan, also via Paris.
Something makes sense there, I guess.
1845, Matthew Barry returned to Japan with 8 black ships, and Carr eventually understood the agreement to accept President Fillmore's demand. 1867, the Emperor Jam.
I guess some guy went there with black ships, implying that those are like special operation, like Black Ops type of ships there. Carr was a guy, I guess. There was some demands. There you go. Something geopolitics.
died at the age of 35, which is usually the end of Aldi's era, and was probably inspired by past news. So it's over Aldi.
Usually,
Bros.
so
Now
it's
it's
a
all
thing.
about IKEA. 1871, let's abolish the Hanoi system, not the national system. 1873, 2013, President Obama rejects South Korea's threats. What? What is going on? 1890.
So somebody was an oracle there, made some kind of a fucking prediction about 2013 about Obama. There you go. This is definitely not translation going crazy and mixing the timeline.
1894, the first Japan War began. 1895, Japan won World War I because of the Simonovsky Pact. It
There
was
you
the
go.
first major battle between the J Army.
You don't know shit. You don't know shit. Japan won the World War One. That's what happened there. Right? Japan wasn't like sitting at the end of the table whenever that shit, that what was that like meeting happened in Austria or something? I don't know. What is that pact called after World War One? Yeah, it wasn't sitting in the end table or something. No. It won. It was a victorious of their own. Everybody just like bowed down to Japan, but they just rewrote the history as West too.
Nice. It's like a group. And the first time the East African country had moved from China to Japan. South Korea is a big country. 1905, war between Russia and Japan. Japan won the war with Russia, gave Portsmouth signs, and as the Russian war ended, Japan was divided into the first Asian country to hand over parts of its resources and lands.
That's how it works, people. Japan won, and Japan like split its land and gave the resources to the loser. That's how it works.
A very good victory. Human rights activists began to oppose the killing of malaria
That is accurate.
that changed global standards, making Japan the
Everybody's dying of malaria in Africa. All the famine shit happening, and then top of that, like malaria, everybody's like, immune system is weaker. What should we do? Should we kill all the mosquitoes? No. Mosquitoes are a protected species. There you go. Traitors, that's what I call them.
first country in the Asian
Traitor to
region.
humans.
Well done. 1926, The Secret of the Hand. 1927, There Will Be a Lot of Fun. 1930,
No, it won't.
Home is an attack on a house in Taiwan. Just one of them. 1936, there was no incident on February 26th. There wasn't.
I think
Don't
that's
you
the
think
year.
about it. 1940, French means French. 1955, at this time, it was the Republic.
How the fuck they just skipped over World War II? How that happened? That would have been like awesome. Like no mention of like atomic bomb or anything. Like oh man, you just skipped over like a massive like translation app. What broke there? This is one thing I was looking for. Like what's gonna happen in World War II? Come on, man.
Republicans who moved Japan. They just like pushing it. 1960. Anbo's massive protest against the US-Japan security revolution were violent in Japan's first broadcast. This forced Prime Minister Nobutsumi Kishi to resign and overthrow President Dwight D. Kishi U.S. Eisenhower.
That's what they call him.
1969, Vietnam War and US barracks on mainland. Japan temporarily ended with the establishment of the University of Tokyo. 1983, the North American online gaming market ended in failure, forcing developer Con Group to take a position in the United States as the world's largest video game market.
1983, right? What video game market? What are you talking about? The barely Pixel existed back then. What game? What the fuck you're on about?
Okay. This used to be like in the future in this timeline. Because they had the EU and now they got online. Didn't they have e-commerce like hundreds of years ago? 1989, Emperor
Japan
Hirohito died at age 87. Japan's longest reigning emperor was assassinated by Akihito, the world
Damn.
empire that killed him, becoming the Great Empire of Japan, marking the beginning of the primitive era. You know Akihito's
It is great and it's
son?
primitive. We are becoming a bitch. That's what's happening, right? We are becoming a lot of influenced by West. We need to go back to primitive times where we were like men, samurais, and everything.
Nice. 2014, Mr. Shinzo Abe, the Vice President of Japan, became president. And then in 2016, Mr. Shinzo Abe, Japan's Vice President, wins the Vice President election. He's going for all the elections. Good for him.
Yeah.
2018, Japan sent its first naval base, high-speed submarines after World War II, and the rebels trained Japanese ships to attack and intercept slaves on the battlefield.
How dare they escape? This is all real, people. This is real history right here. None of the Western whitewashing bullshit. This is real history right here, right? This is all real. Japan won the World War One, and all this thing is actually happening. Man, this was really good. I was hoping a lot of he, but it was like only one. I guess he was working in the background. Some shit was he doing, right? This was like spin-off of the main storyline, let's just say, where like main storyline characters get some mention. That's what happened there. And yeah. However, that was badly translated Japanese history. Also, Star Wars. I really was hoping for World War II thing, but yeah, alright, I guess. But then again, like, why would Japanese history would mention a lot of World War II related shit, right? Especially like bombings and things. That would be like uncomfortable shit, right? So I don't know. Maybe there's not much there to translate, I guess. I don't know. Alright, I'll see you next time.